welcome back. It looks like I have to butcher their name for at least another round. So, but they move on. Their opponents not out. They go down to the losers bracket where they have a chance to redeem themselves and continue on their message that smoking is bad.
Yep.
That was a pretty weird match. I'm very kind of interested to see how the Marauder meta. You guys, stop being silly. We're trying to have a serious.
We're having a serious
esports event here.
All right. We're serious.
All right,
Come on.
No.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
Okay.
Don't try and bogart.
We only
this
have-
machine to yourself.
All right, let's
We have
go on.
one match
Let's
left.
go on. Yes.
All right.
All right.
Then
let's
you
go.
can play with the smoke
Marauder
machine.
meta. You were gonna say something super interesting about it.
No, I mean, at this point, no. I think in the long run, it's going to be interesting to see if Marauders are actually useful. I think we've seen one team make us think they are a bit, and then 2 losses with them. This one very close. Feels like it's sort of almost useful.
Yeah.
I think it'll be kind of interesting as the tournament goes on to see if anybody's able to kind of make it look like something that could carry towards the end of the tournament.
I want to know how these rattlesnakes drop so fast. Was it the cap pressure?
Probably cap pressure.
Like,
Yeah.
because they should have lasted significantly longer. They're rattlesnakes.
It was actually quite a bit of damage on the other side of the team. It was sort of
3
deceiving,
Moas,
but
yeah.
it's a lot of in a way, it's not so much different from the thorax, thorax, Talus, whatever team. I mean, the Taluses are a lot more damage, but it's basically a cruiser team. It's 6 cruisers and a battle cruiser. It's actually quite a bit of damage. So that's part of it. The other part of it might be that it might just be that they only had an ASB for a tank and that the ASB runs out of charges and then they die.
Yeah.
It's so smoky in here. It's like rich mahogany. That's the sort of scent I'm getting from our smoke machine.
So that's actually true. The thing is, I'm really happy we saw the Badger.
Are you?
That really made me happy
Well,
because
so
that was what I was referring to when I was asking about silly ships. I was like,
That's true. You did ask directly for. Oh no, you asked for a venture. But you were talking
I
about.
was
Cap-
talking
asked
about
for
the
that.
venture, but like
cap charge basher.
yeah.
So the thing is like the Badger was there specifically to keep all the cap charges in, but they destroyed it so fast that it wasn't able to position its wreck well in the field of battleships, and the rattlesnakes died so fast they would never really have needed to run out of cap charges at any point. But you could see that the rattlesnake also has a massive hold. I mean, the golem has a massive hold.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really going to run out of cap charges anytime soon. It kept reloading. That was actually a double boost golem, I think, regular shield booster as well as an ASB.
Could be.
Just
Yep, which should
unbearable
actually be
amounts of
smart.
tanks.
Yeah, and he just tanked that entire team on his double booster while it was reloading, and no problem.
Yep.
If I remember correctly, the Bastion mode just doubles the active boosting from your shield booster. So that applies to the ASB and to the normal booster. So even just like a medium shield booster produces an enormous amount of HP.
Yeah. This is actually a similar golem setup that I used when we were testing the tournament tool. Just because
You could have almost won a tournament match with
almost, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that makes me bad or good because it obviously survived and it did a lot of stuff, but they still lost.
I wonder what kind of adjustment they'll make. I wonder if they feel like this is a good, like if they were kind of close to a really good setup and they'll try to bring the golem back and see if they can make it work, or if they'll ditch it completely. There are kind of a very big difference between this kind of setup and the normal standard full team setups. I mean, this is quite a bit.
This is probably the closest 5 pilots has gotten to winning a match in a while. So.
Yeah, that's true. Usually when we see teams bring less than they're allowed, they don't do very well.
Yep.
What was the match earlier where that was not true?
There was the cube, but they didn't get very close to winning.
And they brought 8 pilots.
No.
They only brought 1 pilot.
Brought 8 ships.
They brought 8 ships.
Yeah.
There was the team, the Garodian, when Garodian won.
Yes. Safe Rossi.
Yeah.
They had less than 8.
Mm-hmm.
They had 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they had a team where there wasn't really a lot of wasted on the sides there, aside from the Kestrel. Like, that was a clear time you want to bring maybe less than 8. But even then, like, this was 5 with only 3 real ships there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, when they did that in that setup, that was kind of like they just really wanted another cruiser, right? They wanted as much damage as possible. They would rather have had, or they were drone setup, right?
Long range damage application with Sentries,
so they wanted to avoid spending it on. They didn't feel they needed some frag for support or something like that, so they just went for another cruiser. Do you have bans for the next match? We are getting teams on the field. And
Yes,
actually
I
something
do.
interesting I see already. So.
Yep.
I'll give this to you. All right, so the next match is between Semicolon Drop Table users and MIF. The bans are as follows. Semicolon Drop Table users have banned the EOS and the Dominics, while MIF have banned the Dominics and the Ishtar.
Gotta make sure that Dominic's is double.
I'm pretty sure that's a typo there.
It might be Navy Dominics or whatever.
Something like that.
We know there won't be any Dominics, that's
Nope,
for sure.
they just both banned the Dominics. The Dominics was banned twice.
It happens. Sometimes you just gotta make sure.
So I'm excited. Again, I'm just going to spoil this because I think it gives us something better to talk about.
Sure.
It looks like MIF has brought a golem. So we get to see another variation on the Mirage setup. We get to see if they're able to make it work. They've decided to bring it alongside Slipners, which is interesting. It's a lot different than the Rattlesnakes, which sort of just sit in a ball. They've also filled out their whole roster of 8, so see how much difference that makes. They're going to be up against an Absolution composition, which is also pretty interesting. It's actually something that does pop up now and then. Amar variations on the Minmatar Rush are not completely unheard of, and Absolution's kind of got a buff recently, so that's not a bad idea. We'll have, it's like 2 Absolutions, a Vigilant, which is also pretty cool, a Guardian, and then some support, so.
Yeah.
All right.
And this is our last match
Oh my
of
gosh,
the day.
it's red.
We'll be back tomorrow with another jam-packed day of exciting matches. We're starting again at 1500 UTC or Eve time, and I hope to see you there. But now let's go into the last match of this day. Your predictions, CCP Rise.
Semicolon, drop table users.
Semicolon drop table users.
Semicolon drop table users.